What is up, guys? It is Monday the 8th of May, and let's talk about the week ahead. There are a few things happening this week that I really want to talk about, and this is a new series, and it's going to be explained properly tomorrow in the video that's coming then, but for now, let's just talk about what we can expect this week. First up, there is loads of Nintendo Switch news, so I'm going to cover it all sort of as quickly as possible. First of all, we're expecting a few new games this week. Tomorrow, NBA Playgrounds releases, which is a sort of cartoony basketball game, hence NBA, and it's releasing everywhere tomorrow, which is kind of cool if you're into a sports game. It's not my kind of game, but it's going to cost £18/$20 US, so it's a decent price for what looks like an alright game, but it is worth mentioning that when you purchase it, it will not have online capability. That is coming soon in an update. And quickly on the subject of updates, Mr. Shifty, one of my favourite games for Nintendo Switch, is getting an update this week which should help reduce the lag in later levels, which is caused by just the sheer number of opponents spawning into the game. TinyBuild acknowledged the issue a few weeks ago, but due to the process of getting a patch approved, it won't actually be coming out until probably this week, maybe next week, but most likely this week. Elsewhere, the second best-selling game of all time, Minecraft, is coming to Nintendo Switch. It drops in the US on the 11th of May and everywhere else on the 12th, and I'm actually really excited for this. Minecraft is a game that I go back and play all the time, and even though I don't play it as much as I used to, it's really relaxing in some sense, and being able to play on the go is really cool. This is a game that's available on like every conceivable platform. It's on Android and iOS, as well as on, consoles, so the Xbox One, and then Windows, and then like Raspberry Pi. It's on absolutely everything. And now it's going to be on the Nintendo Switch as well, which is really cool for playing on the go because it's not the same on a phone. It's going to come with a Mario-themed texture pack, which makes it doubly awesome, and we'll see what people get to making on there. I'm personally really excited for this game. It comes as a digital-only exclusive, but it should be coming to like game cards later this year. And this is the last piece of Nintendo, I promise. Pokemon Stars, or whatever they're calling their new Pokemon game, is expected to be announced probably this week. Now, it's not official, but it's expected this week for multiple reasons, not least because they usually announce Pokemon games before E3, and they also usually announce them in early May, and there are many reasons. The reason for this is kind of peculiar. If you go on the Nintendo Direct page for Nintendo of Japan, there's a slot, it's like a 2x4 thing, and there's like an empty slot, and last time there was an empty slot was directly 1 week before a Nintendo Direct event. Now, it's not like they don't have things to fill the slots with, it's where you get all the news, but the fact that it happened exactly a week before previous releases means that there's a potential trend here, and it could be Pokemon Stars, or whatever they call the next Pokemon game. Now, the interesting question will be what platforms it's released on. People are hoping, such as myself, that it's a Nintendo Switch game coming in November, most likely, but we can't be certain. This could be a DS exclusive coming on the 3DS and 2DS XL. It could even be a launch title with the 2DS XL if it's already more or less done. However, this is all speculation until we find out, probably later this week, and if the dates do line up, then the announcement is expected on Friday. And finally, with the build-up to the UK general election, Mark Zuckerberg has announced that Facebook are going to be rolling out a new feature to try and weed out fake news. The general election is next month, which makes this a huge issue, considering that fake news was a dominant factor in Donald Trump's success in becoming President of the United States. Now, the issue is, Facebook sees himself as not a media company, but a platform where the users are responsible, and it's a real talking point because, Facebook don't create this stuff, they just give you a platform to share it on, so they shouldn't be the ones deciding what's fake and real, right? I mean, this is an in-depth conversation to have in a separate video, and it's definitely down to personal opinion, and then there are questions of what is real and fake, and, what is opinion, and should opinion be, blasted as fake news, and it's a balancing act. However, there are sources which intentionally act to sort of, give you a false opinion or intentionally lie, and those are the ones that we're trying to weed out here. And by we, I mean not only Facebook, but us as readers. We should be looking at these critically and judging whether or not what it says, A, makes sense, and B, whether or not it's actually real. Anyone can post inflammatory headlines. The matter of fact is, we have to be able to determine if what they're saying is true or not. Sometimes it's as simple as Google searches. If you see something that seems extremely controversial, and you just Google search the headline and seeing if anyone else even mentions it, that is sometimes a really good way to figure out whether or not something is true. However, these tools are definitely welcomed, and hopefully it leads to a world where we don't have constant fake news, because like that, and then just clickbait in general is just so annoying, and that's what news has come to, which is really sad. There are still definitely independent places and some big establishments that work to bring the truth, but the matter of fact is, if you can say something controversial, and you can say it in such a way that gets people reacting, then you're gonna make more money because more people are looking. Anyway, that is the week ahead. As I said, we're going to have a big announcement tomorrow, so make sure to tune in for that. If you like this video, make sure to click like. If you didn't, I'm not quite sure what you're doing here, however, there is good news. You can click here to see the previous video, which is the Tech News Roundup, so you can see everything that happened last week. Here is the video that YouTube thinks you will like most, so make sure to click that, because YouTube thinks you'll love it. And then click here to subscribe to see more videos like this one, whether it be us covering what happens this week, or if you didn't like this and maybe you'll like a future video. So do that, and I'll see you guys next time.